brewing with Joe. Pull up a seat, let your truth unfold. Real talk, real hearts, real souls. It's coffee and conversations with Joe, where your voice has room to grow. No judgment, just love that flows. Coffee and conversation.
Good morning, y'all. How y'all doing? It's your boy, Bill, like AKA. How y'all doing? I'm live this morning at Filter Coffee Parlor. Coffees and Conversations, y'all. New season, new series. How you guys doing? You got your coffee? I got my water, but my coffee is coming. So, y'all, I got to say this before I get into the show. We got a great guest today. But I got to say, y'all have been showing out on my Facebook page. Y'all have been giving Mr. Coffee a lot of love lately. I must have said something right. One of my posting got over 100,000 views on it. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Keep sharing and keep talking. See, y'all. What I learned about y'all is y'all love to hear about somebody's tragedy, my divorce, and what I learned. So I'm just feeling my guts about learning how to be a better man for the next woman in my life. Is it you? I don't know yet. But I tell you what, I know one person that stays in the streets. They be looking at a whole bunch of other stuff. You know, she keeps me in line. I burn up her phone line. And she keeps y'all up with all the stuff that goes on throughout the state and even in the world. Is that girl Lisa? Is she around here anywhere? Lisa in the building?
And wait a minute, stays in the street.
Yeah, you be in the street. You keep
clear that up.
You stay in the street.
Let's clear that up.
It's clear. You stay in the street.
I'm on the scene of activities. How about that? I like that better. I'm on the
You can
scene
say how you want
of
to. You can say it your way. I'm saying she be in these streets, y'all.
And then let's roll it back. So he said that they're showing him love and he's getting views and the women like to hear his tragedy. That is not true, sir.
Okay,
Mr. Coffee.
What is it?
The women like to hear accountability.
Well, that's my tragedy.
The women like to hear honesty.
That's my train wreck.
I guess we'll take it. But I
am being accountable. Yeah.
I just want to say we appreciate your transparency.
Thank you.
We appreciate you sharing your journey, but we love hearing what you've learned.
Yes,
because that's what matters to women.
And honestly, all jokes aside, I think a lot of people have been in my inbox saying thank you for the accountability, like you
correct.
Said. Because a lot of men, our ego gets in the way.
Yeah.
And my platform, even with the coffee and stuff like that, right, is to have an honest conversation to bring women and men closer together.
Yeah.
And for me and men of my age and caliber to understand that we have to do better by women if we want women to do better by us.
Yes, and that's what I want to say. I'm proud of you. For once, I'm proud of you.
Wow. You even got our guests in there laughing at me. This is why I say, I love you, Lisa. What we got in today's drama?
All right. So
halfway through the week, let's go. Lisa's got the coffee, Joe's got the show. Sip it strong, feel that aroma. Welcome to Lisa's midweek drama. Smuch.
all right. Hello, everybody. Again, this is Lisa with your midweek drama. Today's midweek drama is brought to you by Tate Sport Strategies. Now, the buzzword for this month, and it's only the 3rd of the month, is apparently oxtails.
Huh?
Oxtails.
Who cares?
That's the buzzword.
For what?
Now, I'm going to be honest. I have never tasted an oxtail. I've never tasted an oxtail. So the first thing I want to ask the audience, anybody who's watching, if you have tasted an oxtail, drop it in the comments. Let me know how it tastes, what you love about it. Because me looking at the pictures, I just see little pieces of meat on a big bone. But let me share what's going on in our city.
Okay.
So on last weekend, Let's Barbecue, by way of Texas, came to Birmingham, Alabama at Club M Event Center and was selling oxtail plates. Mm-hmm. Now ask me how much the plates cost.
Oxtail plate, what all were they getting?
It was oxtails and the side.
What about? I would say for oxtails, I'll probably pay about 20 $25 possibly.
Somebody give me a buzzer. $70 a plate.
Where do you get these ox from? Where do they come from?
Apparently, he was raising them, cutting them, and smoking them.
Oh, he had purebred oxtails or something.
I don't know.
$70?
$70 a plate, and he sold out.
Oh, what? In Birmingham?
In Birmingham. So let's talk about this. So a lot of business owners in Birmingham are upset.
Why?
Because if you go back and look at the videos, the line was wrapped down the street of people standing in line to buy these $70 plate. And how much did you say your plate? What was your estimate?
I would say anywhere about 50. I would say about $20, $25.
Okay.
Yeah.
So residents here in Birmingham can't sell out of the $20, $30 plate.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about why was this? Because my analysis, this from the outside looking in, one was branding.
Mm-hmm.
This man branded, he built a brand that people are following. So I want y'all to drop in the comments. Do you agree? Is it because of who he is, who he's following, his brand, or were you just curious and truly wanted to buy and taste that $70 plate? What do you think, Joe?
Well, you know, me being a businessman, I'm going to be honest. Marketing, right? Like you said, it's the branding. If he came from Texas and had lines, he already had people knowing that he was coming here. So that has nothing to do with the business owner here in Birmingham, Alabama, right? So no one should be angry at him. You should actually look at what he did and talk to him to figure out how he did what he did, so you can get people coming to buy your oxtails or your ice cream or whatever you may be serving in your place. It ain't that people don't want to buy what you have. There's disposable income, but people get to choose what they want to spend their money on. If they don't know you, this guy obviously had a relationship with these people online. And this is why they came when he got here and was waiting for him, because he built a relationship. A lot of business, you're in business for money, not for the people. You got to be in for the people, and then it brings the business. So you have to understand the two.
Okay.
That's just me personally being a business.
Okay. So Let's Barbecue Sandwiches on Facebook, 135K followers. He is known as the Oxtail King. Now we got mixed reviews. I shared some pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the plates did not look, because I'm a visual person.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at them plates, I didn't see it. But I did receive plenty of comments that said the meat was superb, smoked, flavored. So like I said, I want to hear in the comments if you went out there or if you did not. Tell us why. If you did, why? If you bought a plate, let us know how it tastes.
But let's go ahead with the coffee real quick before we get to our guest. You know, we got a really good guest today, right?
Yes.
It's Mayor
Anderton.
Do you know her?
Over the phone.
No, but I'm just saying, because she's one of those people, you know, we're going to get to her, but I got something to say about coffee, about the oxtail, but she's one of those people that was back in that series that, well, all those women were, elected. And I got to talk to her. Y'all don't go anywhere, because I got to talk to her, because I want to know how she be the mayor. And she the first woman. We're going to talk to her. Y'all hold tight. But I want to go here, Lisa. So we're talking about the oxtails and we're talking about the people, right? I think when we look at the whole situation across the board, I think it's a case to be studied, because remember, that was the thing here in Birmingham, Alabama, where they did the glitter chicken. I was the gold glitter on the chicken, and you know, people was mad because somebody just threw some glitter on the chicken. I think it was
the gold wings, $100,
right?
Yes.
And they set up in some place and then they sold out, and that was a wrap, right? I think, and y'all go here with me, y'all get mad at me, I don't care, because this is business. Business is more about, do people trust you and want the experience? And the other thing I'm gonna leave here with, how many times we've been to a concert, right? And because you know the person, you'll pay $300 for their merchandise that you could have went to Walmart and bought, but it got their name on it, and you don't complain about it. Because why? That person you have a relationship with them, and you feel special enough, and you want to have a piece of them. Whatever these people are doing, especially with social media, everybody has an opportunity to do it. You got to take more time than just build a business. You have to build a relationship.
Correct.
Right. And I believe that man from Texas has a better relationship with a line full of people than a bunch of businesses here in Birmingham, Alabama. Not to say that you're not great at your customer service and what you're doing, but business is changing. There's a lot of competition. And if you're not on somebody's cell phone, unfortunately, a lot of times you're not in their frame of mind of them going to go spend $70 on something, right? And I'm gonna ask my guest, Mayor Anderton, when I get on the show, but do you think sometimes, Lisa, that when somebody does a rarity, like you can get it just one time, right? And it goes away, like the McRib, you would stand in line to go get that McRib if you were a McRib lover, and you would pay a certain price because you only can get it one time. So I think I think that is something to be studied in business, myself personally. And I think a lot of times if people have a great dish and they take it away and bring it back and put a certain price on it for a certain short period of time, I think that works.
Okay.
That's just my coffee. That's just my coffee on it, you know. Anything else there, Lisa?
That is all. Back to you, Joe.
Oh, she actually turned my show over today. Last week she tried to do the interview. Thanks so much, Lisa. All right, guys, y'all guys make sure y'all follow us out there. Follow Lisa out there for midweek drummer. She is my drummer, but we love her. All right, guys. Now, y'all got y'all coffee now? Y'all got y'all oxtail? Today on the show, man, on this conversation today, over coffee, I am honored to have somebody I have been trying to get on the show for a while, but our schedules was not clicking. Her team probably didn't like me so much, I'm not for sure. But finally, our teams got together. And I have the honorable, the one and only. Y'all probably know her. I'm getting to know her today through this conversation, the one and only Mayor Anderton. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
How you doing? Good to see you.
Thank you.
You know, when you first walked up and I was sitting outside with Lisa, you was telling me about the flower that you have there on your necklace.
Yes.
Talk to me about that.
This was my mother-in-law's wedding gift. It's from the 1930s. Her new, at the time, daughter-in-law gave her this set, which is the necklace and the earrings. And so when she passed away, my mother-in-law was a jewelry hound, and nicely put. And so she left that, and I get to wear it.
But you said the age of it what really got me.
Yes, it's over 100 years old. It was probably produced, well, I know it was produced. I've got documentation. It was produced in Germany in the 30s.
Wow.
Before
so
Germany
I'm looking
went
at
dark.
I'm looking at a piece of jewelry from Germany. That's 100 years old.
Yes. Absolutely.
Wow. How special is that?
I know.
You wear it all the time?
I wear it with this outfit because it matches the pants.
I love it.
It's been in my, that's the thing. It's been in my jewelry box for years and years.
You gonna pass it down to your kids?
They can duke it out. I've got two daughters that they all of my children, again, jewelry hound, all of my children got pieces from my mother-in-law.
Okay.
And I have what I call my power earrings. I don't have them on today, but that was her set of gold and diamond earrings. I wear them whenever I feel like I'm going to need to be the boss of the room. So
I love it. So first and foremost, I want to congratulate you on your win.
thank you.
How was it? Let's go back to that night when you won, because if my research serves me correctly, you can tell me if I'm wrong. You only won by like 28 votes or something like that.
Less than 40, yes.
Yeah, you barely got through there. What happened?
Right. I beat out the 13-year incumbent.
Oh, look, did you see that? I beat out the 13-year incumbent. Whether it was one vote or almost less than 40.
That's exactly right. The democratic process worked.
Wow. Send a hint.
Well, yeah. And that's one of the things that I learned, be it running for office. I did not have, my husband and I were already in our retirement jobs. We both worked at Cumberland Lake Golf Course. And there were some things that happened. I was as the chair of the library board. I don't know if you know all this. Yes.
That's why I said the library, because I knew you would be part of the library board.
Yes,
I didn't know what
the chair of the library board, and some things went down with that when we called for some citywide accountability that the current administration did not like, and so they just chose to dissolve the library board. And so
I see something brewing.
So that's where the fight started, as they say. So I got together a team of prayer warriors, and we met once a month for a year and prayed for the Lord to change the administration of our city. And in about the 1st of June, had to fill out the paperwork in mid-June. So here we are a year later. About the 1st of June, the Lord just said, "Okay, you're it." Because we were, I certainly envisioned a man taking the role of mayor. And that's not what happened. And so out of obedience, we started running, and the Lord led me to particular people for particular jobs, citywide support. Because nothing happens in a vacuum. So there's somebody watching. There's somebody paying attention. Right. And in my opinion, at the time, there were not enough people who knew what was going on. So as we kind of put that out, that this is, and of course, the Trustful Tribune had something to say about that's the local paper, had something to say about the library board dissolution and those kind of things. And so the word kind of got out, and people started kind of going, "Oh, well, what's up with that? Let's check into that." And I had lived in the city for 20 years and had been actively involved in the library board, local home education, volunteering for different things. So people in the community knew me, and they knew what they had seen of me. One of the jewels of Clay, Alabama is Cosby Lake Park. It's a big lake. It's got walking trails, lots of outdoor activity. And about 10, let's say somewhere around 10 years ago, I had gone before the city council and asked if I could establish caretakers of Cosby Lake and promote people actively being out there and managing some of that property. So installing flower beds, planting natives, dealing with invasive species, because I'm a gardener, like to grow things. Okay. And so that's what I wanted to do. And of course they said, "Sure, that'll be great. Go do it." And so people had seen me in the neighborhood walking, they're out doing their walk, and then they see me over there digging the flower bed. And so people knew who I was. Right.
So I'm listening to this conversation now. So let's talk about this. They dissolved the library. Right. I want to go in two different directions. I'm going to go into this first one first. It's library board back.
They have established a library committee.
Okay.
It's not the same thing.
Okay.
And that's something that we'll continue to work on.
Touche. So when they dissolved the library board, a lot of people just complained. You said you went into prayer. Right?
Yes.
Y'all went into prayer.
Yes.
And I do believe this. If everybody's under the same energy, under the same accord, under the same prayer, things change. Because I have this crazy philosophy I've been saying for years. I think if everybody said "I love you" around the world at one time and really meant it, right? I believe instantaneously this world would change. That's just my own hypothesis, but I truly believe if we could get everybody at one time, right? It's like, go over social media and everybody just get together and get into this moment, right? And just say, "I love you," and mean that they love everybody around them. I believe there'll be a cosmic energy that would change everything around this world, because I do believe that's what we are. That's just me personally.
Okay.
But when you did that, you went into action because you said God spoke to you.
Yes.
Now, when God spoke to you, how did that translate to your family? Saying, "Okay, Mama finna run for mayor. My wife finna run for mayor."
We've had several conversations, but I think I want to say that one of my daughters, because for years she had been telling me, "You need to quit working for free. You're doing all this volunteer work. You're working for free." Now, in my economy, because I am a kingdom person, I'm a believer in the Lord Jesus Christ,
yes,
and so I function out of kingdom rather than empire.
Okay.
Empire builds its own little kingdom and says, "I'm the boss of my kingdom." I say, kingdom, Jesus is the king, and I do what he asked me to do. And so I function out of kingdom. So if the Lord said, "I want you to go plant some plants at Cosby Lake," Yes, Lord. I want you to go plant some plants at the library. Gives you an opportunity to spend time in my creation. It gives you an opportunity to teach and set an example for the community. It gives you an opportunity to meet people in the community. Yes, Lord. I want you to go teach the Bible class for Discovery Club in the local elementary school. Yes, Lord. So they were used to me doing things like that. Right. And when they were younger, they got drugged to do those things as well. So so they were used to that, and they had known of my civic service, and so I think they all supported. I think they support. Yes.
Was it scary?
Stepping out in faith is always scary, but do it scared. You know, when I taught preschool, that's what you teach in 2- and 3-year-old. Well, I don't want to step out on the log. I might fall. Do it scared.
You know, something I like that. I think I'm gonna put that into my thing. Do it scared.
I mean, that's courage. You know.
Yeah, but you know something. I think as a man, Mayor, I don't like saying the word scared.
Right.
Because it does something to me.
Okay.
But I do like that the way you said do it scared. Because a lot of times, even though I don't say it out loud, I am a little. I can even say it. I'm a little nervous.
Right. Well, there's nervous. The word you hear today, the buzzword of is anxiety. Oh, I have anxiety. That makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, I hate the word anxiety though. Yeah.
Comfort. Are we only interested in our comfort? Babies are interested in their comfort. Grown people do what has to be done.
Ooh, that's why you're the mayor. Okay. You're no nonsense. I can see this. I can see your prayer warrior. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I get that. I right now I'm saying, like, hey, this is the way it is. It's black or white. That the gray areas really don't exist too much there.
Right.
Were you always like that?
I've been a leader since I was a young age. I grew up with both of my parents had large families, siblings, 8 or 9 siblings apiece. And so we grew up in a close family with cousins. And I was always the boss of one set of the cousins.
How's the coffee?
Yummy. Delicious.
I want to ask you this here. So do you believe, now that since I know you could speak, what else, can I call you Jane or need to call you Mayor? Okay, Jane. Okay. She said that, so don't come at me on social media.
That's right. Jane is fine.
Okay. So Jane, I want to ask you this here. Being in your position as a mayor, right? Do you feel at the end of the day that a woman is the same, is treated the same, even though you have the title? I want to say this correctly or carefully. When a man was sitting in that position, right, and you're sitting in this position, I see your face. Do you think you're getting the same respect that the 13-year incumbent?
It depends on who I'm looking for respect from. There are those who have a real problem with a woman being in a position of authority, and there are some who would even question my use of the word authority.
How does that make you feel?
Well, here's the thing. I am a Gen X, and so whatever. My value does not come from what other people think of me. My value comes from the fact that I'm a child of God, and I know who I am in Him, and He's the one I seek to please every day. And so if I go through my day, if I open my day and go, okay, Lord, what do you want me to do today? And I move through my day doing that thing, then I don't have to go back and think about, well, what did I do 2 weeks ago? Was that what I was supposed to be doing? Because every day I'm working towards that. And if I'm not, Holy Spirit indwells me, He'll say, you need to go apologize for that. And I had an issue with that not too long ago. I had we've been getting ready for City Fest, which is going to be a first citywide celebration on June 27th, coming out to the ball fields and, all the things, the food trucks, the games, the bouncy houses, the mayor in the Duncan booth, all that kind of stuff.
Wait a minute, you're going to be in Duncan? You're going to have a bunch of men still.
that kind of thing.
Right.
Just a day to celebrate there, because there's so many things to celebrate right now. We've got 250 years of a Declaration of Independence. We've got Juneteenth in this month.
Yes.
June. The city of Clay was established in June of 2000. So last year was the 25th anniversary of our incorporation, and there was no celebration.
And thank you for recognizing Juneteenth.
Yes,
Thank you.
Absolutely. It's an important day. It's one of, now I'm going to get off on a little tangent here. Is that okay?
It's Coffees and Conversation.
Okay, well, we have in America, the ideal is set forth in our Pledge of Allegiance. Liberty and justice for all. As Americans, we have not yet achieved that. We're still in progress. And we need to recognize two things. We need to recognize that we are still in progress. And we also, as in Juneteenth, need to recognize the progress. So we have made progress.
Yes.
We need to continue to make progress. We don't need to pretend like, oh, we have arrived, because we have not. But we do need to recognize that progress is being made.
Thank you.
So.
Thank you. No, I appreciate that, because, when I hear people talk about those things, you very rarely hear people would acknowledge Juneteenth, right? So thank you for that. As you're going through this, and I'm talking about this, guys, here with the one and only Mayor Anderton of Clay. She is the first woman that became the mayor of that city municipality. Won by under 40 votes, right? And she beat an incumbent of 13 years. This is an amazing feat, right? This is a change in 2026 that's happening right here in Birmingham, Alabama. A lot of women became mayors. I want to go here with you, Jane. Why do you think so many women won in this election cycle?
Well, they were bold enough to run because there's a lot of scrutiny, and you've got to be willing to take the heat, and that takes a strong personality. And these women who have run, I mean, they're strong personalities. I mean, if I had to rank them, and we're all strong in different ways.
Okay.
And some of us have to be stronger than others, because some of us are fighting harder battles than others.
Do y'all talk?
We do. We have a Jeff Lady Mayors text chain, and we all have matching T-shirts. I should have worn my T-shirt.
Really? So y'all got so y'all. This is what I love, because so you guys are actually, y'all recognize what happened, and y'all got together and said, y'all have these powwows and talk about the different things that y'all have, and y'all are working it out. That is beautiful.
Yes.
I did not know that. That is, is that helpful for you?
It is helpful. And I mean, we're all busy with all of our own stuff.
Right.
But yes, it's helpful because they understand the 1,000 different fires you're trying to put out and that kind of thing.
When you decided that you wanted to run for mayor, and people have told me this, being on the outside running, and then once you get inside behind the curtain, it's different. Is it?
Well, my transition was not easy. You would think in America, what you expect is that what do they call it? A peaceful transition of power.
Right.
That was not my experience. And that's not been necessarily the experience of all of the lady mayors.
You don't have to talk about it, Jane, but if you wouldn't mind, could you tell me a little bit about what was your experience?
Well, I asked for during that transition, because we were August 26th was the election, and so in September I sent an email to the city manager and the mayor and said, here's a list of about 19 or 20 things that I would like to know before I take office, because I'm running. I haven't been a councilman before, and there's just a lot of things that haven't been public knowledge, nor did I know. Things like, what kind of contracts does the city have? Who are those contracts with? Let's see. How do certain things work? We had our clerk had resigned in September to move on to another job. And so the response I got back was pretty much, was an email, but it was pretty much, we'll be happy to sit down with you after you're sworn in and tell you anything you want to know.
Wow. So there was no lead up to sending in your team to help you get prepared.
Correct.
So day one, you're ready to actually operate.
Correct.
So they was really just playing on your, I guess they want to say you was inexperienced. And I'm quite sure you heard that a lot throughout the campaign. First timer, have never, because I've known,
Right.
I've been in politics.
Who is she? Why does she think she could run a city?
Right. Can I ask you this, Jane? Honestly, because I'm sitting here, I would be furious if that was my daughter going to. I don't know if my daughter ever decided to run for office that I could take it. How did you? I know you prayed. I got it. Jesus, God had you. That's a great part. But let's go here too. It hurts knowing, what I'm saying, that this is happening to you. And I'm gonna say because you was a woman and they didn't want you, they didn't like that you won. How did that make you feel as a woman?
I don't know if I've even thought about it.
Really?
I mean, again, he's allowed it, and we're going to move on from there.
Gotcha.
I'm confident that I'm.
Was Mr. Anderton ready to go to bat for you?
He certainly would be.
Yeah.
And my kids and people who've known me, and I have a couple of Facebook warriors. I have a couple of friends who are very, please let me respond to this.
Right.
Like, no, we're going to, it'll be fun. Sometimes they do.
Right.
Sometimes they do.
Right.
I don't know that it was unexpected.
I don't think it was unexpected, but
having dealt with them because again, I've been actively a part of, with the community's library and all that. I had been active in the community. I had seen what was going on, and that's why, something's got to change. We can't continue to allow this. This is not how government in America, local government should be working. Right. There should not be a person in your city who is an unelected official in charge of every decision in your city, because that was the overarching problem.
I want to ask you this because I had I think I've had one mayor that come on here and said her position is not a paid position.
Oh my goodness. Bless it.
Is your position a paid position?
It is a part-time paid position with full-time hours.
I like the way you said that.
If you're going to I'm a person who's going to do the job right. I'm not going to leave things undone. And I'm not scared to delegate.
Right.
I don't have to have, all the power.
Right.
I'm not scared to delegate. But what I needed to do was I needed to hire people who are experienced, people who are smarter than me, people who know what they're doing concerning municipal government. Because municipal government is not a business. It's not the same thing.
Okay.
There's lots more rules and laws and regulations and all of that kind of stuff. And so I needed those people. And when I took office, I came in the morning, November 4th, and there was a letter on my desk from the city manager saying that he was retiring effective immediately, but he expected to be paid through May. But he was gone. And I told you my clerk, who does all the book work, the payroll, she was also gone. And so and so it took me, she was coming back on the weekends to do the thing. She didn't abandon me because she had taken a better job for herself. So, I mean, that kind of left the gap, and quite a bit of a learning curve. But again, the right people, the right time, the right advice, and just every day plowing through.
Wow.
Every day.
You never know. And each time I talk to one of you wonderful ladies, right, and I hear your struggle, it amazes me how in this country, just even in Alabama, how we do one another.
I know, right?
Uh, and I hate you had to go through that. I really do.
Mhm.
But other women are watching you, ladies, take these positions, right?
Right.
Run these cities, right? What would you say to a young lady right now that's probably in college or in high school,
Mhm.
looking at you and knowing that she can be more than just a housewife and a mom? I can actually become the mayor. I can actually become the president. I can actually become the vice president. I can do things that any man can do. I can become a coach now.
Mhm.
What would you say to these young men? Because y'all are opening the doors, like people open the doors up for me.
Mhm.
How do you keep the door open? And what would you say for the women that's going through? Because you still got that hierarchy that don't want women in certain positions.
Right.
How tough do you have to be?
Oh, you just have to decide what it is that you want, and when I say that, I would encourage you to ask the Lord what He wants of you, because He'll do bigger and greater things than you can imagine for you, exceedingly abundantly.
But what's the sacrifice though?
I would say get him. I mean, as far as, are you talking about like politics or just a job or?
When you ran for mayor and God talked to you, God's going to bless you, but you got to give Him something. There's something you're going to have to give up. That's a sacrifice that you're going to have to do.
Correct. I'm not getting to go work in my yard.
That's the price you're going to pay.
I have to set aside and get that work-life balance of going, okay, well, I'm not going to be in the office today because I'm spending the day with my grandkids. I mean, you have to, there's going to be some sacrifices. That's true.
Right.
Even just yesterday, when I got ready I was checking the pool before I left for work, and my husband came out on the porch and he said, well, I guess I'll see you tonight since we both have full-time jobs now. And like I said, we were both in our retirement job.
How long you been married?
35 years.
30. How'd you meet your husband?
Right down here at a bar.
What?
When we
Wait a minute, Jane. What? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Bar?
Yes. When I moved up here, I was probably 19 or 20 years old. Southern Institute was a school, an interior design school right down the street here. And I lived in, I think it was called Kingston Apartments on Highland Avenue. The walk-ups from like the 30s. And I lived there and I worked at what was the Western Supermarket on Highland Avenue.
Highland Avenue, yeah.
Yes, I was one of the nighttime supervisors.
Okay.
I always end up in a leadership position. I worked there 2 weeks and they said, how about you move in the office? And so I was working there and I had a buddy that worked there. And of course, when you get off and you're and live in Southside and you're drinking age, where are you going? You're going to the bar when you get off work. And so he said, I got a buddy I want to introduce you to. And so that's how we met.
So may I ask you this? What attracted you to him?
Oh, I've never trusted skinny men.
What? Jane, what?
You know, little skinny men. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean.
Short little men they always have something to prove.
What?
I'm sorry. It's just
What?
So I know it's profiling.
Okay. I'm gonna go with that. Go ahead.
So he was a little thicker than you know, and he was, I mean, he's precious.
What words did he use to? Did you know?
This is 35 years ago. I don't know.
But okay, so was it love when you saw him? Did you think that okay, the man may be my husband one day, or did it took time?
He's got a shot. Probably what I thought. He's got a shot.
So women do know when they see certain guys, they think that that's a possibility there.
Oh, absolutely. Oh no.
No, because most women would see me like, I didn't know until.
Right.
But you sort of kind of knew that was a possibility.
Sure.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. So when did y'all? So you said how old are your kids?
My kids are 30, 20. Let's see, 29 to Monday and 26.
How was it having your first kid?
How old was I?
How was it?
It was great.
Was it scary?
A little bit. But we were ready. We'd been
Oh, you
married
ready?
about 4 years. Yeah, we'd been married about 4 years.
Okay.
And it was time. And I had always, my favorite book, childhood book from, what do they call those? Little golden books. My favorite book was called Little Mommy.
I've never heard of that.
Mm-hmm. This is my house and I am the mommy. My children are Annabelle, Betsy, and Bonnie.
Oh, wow. I never
They're
heard
good
it.
little children and do just what I say.
She knows the book by heart.
So-
When you were growing up, Jane, who was your mentor?
Oh, I had lots of influence. Had lots of aunts and uncles,
Okay.
close family. And there's a joke in my family because all of the moms worked, and some of them worked more than others. Nurses, office staff, grocery stores, whatever. But a lot of times, all of the kids would be together while mamas were working.
Mm-hmm.
And so the running joke is, who's in charge? Who's the boss of us today? Because it could be any
anybody.
of them.
Right.
You just didn't know.
Right.
Who's the boss of us today?
Right.
And so I had lots of aunt influences.
Did you think, a couple more questions, I'm gonna let you get ahead because I know you're busy. Did you grow up here in Birmingham?
I grew up, was born and raised in Sylacauga, Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was in middle school, we moved to Prattville, Alabama, for my daddy to work at the paper mill.
Gotcha.
And so
Okay.
I graduated from Prattville,
Mm-hmm.
6A state champions, year of 1985.
Okay.
Lions,
I love
go
it. I love
Lions.
it. I love it.
And now I am the mayor of the 6A state champion Clay Chalkville High School Cougars.
I love it. When you were growing up, did you think everything you've done in your life, right? Did you see yourself being here?
Absolutely not.
What did you think you were going to do?
Well, I mean, when, got married, had kids,
Mhm.
started homeschooling, home education,
Yeah.
and did that all the way through for my kids. And so after that, started, working a couple of different odd jobs.
Mhm.
And so, no, I never really considered, being the mayor
And then being an icon and a role model for a lot of people right now, right?
and a public figure.
And a public figure. Yes. I love the way she said that. I know that you got a lot of things going on in Clay, right?
Mhm.
And so your term is 2 years or 4 years.
4.
What do you want to accomplish when it's all said and done? I'm not actually going to run again because I know that's way out the road.
Right.
But in 4 years, what do you want to hope that you get accomplished during your term?
The short answer is leave it better than I found it.
Okay.
Long term, some of the goals, what I would call the infrastructure of the city,
Mhm.
the technology, some of the processes and procedures and policies, ordinances, some of those kind of things, they need to be refined and updated and that kind of stuff. So that's the city hall side of it.
Gotcha.
The Clay Youth Sports, we've restarted and build out that program because, Clay is we're a, I don't know what's the right word. We're legacy, legacy sports.
Okay.
This was our, I think, 5th
Mhm.
state championship.
You're trying to say that
Football.
we just beat everybody. That's what we do.
Well, and you've got people who specifically their kids are in tune with that kind of sports, and they
Mhm.
realize
And they
because
bring the kids to play.
the opportunities that are available when you're playing on championship football teams
is
or
phenomenal.
baseball teams or
Phenomenal.
softball teams.
Right.
That opens up doors of opportunity for each and every one of those players.
Right.
We got Nico Collins just signed the large, and I have nothing to do with it. That's way before my time. But
Right,
that's
right.
the kind of opportunities that are
love
available, and not just that kind of,
Right.
but just all of that. And so you need to start that
Mm.
early. You've got to start that with Clay Youth Sports. You've got to start that with all of those little teams, building that teamwork, helping people, kids understand. And the reason that's so important is because we have, in our culture today, there is thing going on with parents that's it bugs me because I didn't grow up this way, but it is a don't talk to my child, don't correct my child.
Very true.
If you're a coach, I mean, if your kid's involved in sports, then they need to learn trusted mentors. You mentioned mentors. They need to learn that they do need to listen to people other than just their mama and daddy. There are other people out there who do have an interest in them pulling their best performance, or in them behaving correctly, or in them being decent human beings.
Right.
And so it's that it takes a village. Let those trusted people come but alongside you and help you, not help you raise your kids so much as help your child.
There's things that a parent can do that a coach can't.
Absolutely.
There's things that a coach can do that a parent can't. And you have to let the parent and the coach.
Right.
But you said one thing in there, Jane, that I really believe that people need to understand: trusted people.
Yes.
Because that thing right there is tough in our society today. So you make sure you got the trusted people. And when you got a proven track record like you guys do, right? Yeah, you got to step back. Because no matter how much you know your child, you don't know what you can get out of an engine until it's pushed.
Right.
I don't care what no parent would say.
Right.
A parent would never let their child overheat. But you don't know the greatness is on the other side of overheating.
Right.
In sports, for sure.
Right.
In playing music. I was in music, so you know, when you felt that you couldn't play no more, your best came out when you took that deep breath and you kept going. You can't hold a note long if you say, I'm out of breath. No, you got to keep holding it.
Right.
Because you never know
and if somebody's behind you going, well, it's okay, baby. You don't have to.
You're not going to do it.
You're not going to expand. Yeah. You're not going to grow.
That next year won't kick in. It would never kick in. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I know I've kept you here for a long time, but I have 2 more questions, and then I'm going to get the audience over to you because I know you got some exciting things happening in the city of Clay, and I want you to talk to your audience about that. But I want to ask you these 2 questions. If you can go back to, let's say, 15 years old, right?
15?
15.
Oh.
Well, hold on. And you could tell Jane something, right? For everything you've learned now today, and you can go back and talk to that 15-year-old Jane and whisper in her ear. What would you tell her?
Leave them men alone and get your education.
Okay. Never heard that one before, but that's a good one. And also, I know, and I love this about you. And I'm loving you. Hope we're friends after today.
Sweet.
I love your personality. I love the leadership that you bring to what I see, the fiber on the Ferber. Love it. Because I know you're spiritual and I know you believe in God and Jesus Christ. You talk to him a lot. And I ask all my guests, this is not you. How does God speak to Jane? Is it in a voice? Is it as a dream? Is it a feeling? How does he speak to you so you know, say, he said, do this, so I'm going to go plant the flower. He said, go do this, so I'm going to go do this. How does he talk to you?
All different kinds of ways, mostly through his word, because I read his word every morning. I spend time in prayer, a lot of times in the shower. Creative, you're just doing the routine thing. A lot of times it's, okay, first of all, he is created wisdom. And so a lot of it can be logic and common sense. And then sometimes it's more of an out of the box thinking. Sometimes it's placing somebody, like if I'm thinking about, I need somebody to do something, and that name will come forward. How do I know it's him and not me? We walk closely together. And what Jesus say, my sheep know my voice. They don't follow another.
I love it. Jane, thank you so much. Grab your coffee cup there. Thank you so much for coming on Coffees and Conversations. I appreciate you.
Sir.
But what I want you to do
Wonderful
now, speaking to the camera, and tell our audience all the things that you got going on in Clay, and whatever you want to say, so the audience is yours.
Oh, let's see. What have I got going on in Clay? Well, we've got some drama. but we're going to get over that. The thing we're working on.
You can sit back. You can relax.
Thank you. We're working on and we're excited about is Clay City Fest, which is a citywide celebration coming up on June 27th from 3 to 9, ends in fireworks. And we're excited about that. July 3rd will be our annual citywide fireworks show. We are in the process. The Jefferson County Board of Education is building a new stadium for the Clay Chalkville High School Cougars. And so we're hoping that in, I think it's about October, we'll be ready to go into our new stadium. Let's see what else. Other than that, we're working every day towards the goal of getting our infrastructure up to date. So we have a new website that has the availability to go out and get those permits and those building permits and issues that you're having. You can now communicate with us online rather than just calling City Hall. So that's some of the things we've got going on. Our Clay Youth Sports, we're kicking off football, and we're kicking off flag football, which will be a new sport for us. And so we're excited about that.
Awesome. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this conversation over coffee with the one and only Mayor Anderton. She's been in the building. Great conversation. If you guys don't get a chance, make sure you share it out there. Go back and make your comments. And also, if you guys got time to help support our show, go to buyloveyoufirst.com. Yes, I am promoting my coffee. Yes, buyloveyoufirst.com. This helps support the show. If you guys want to be a guest on our show, get in my inbox on our social media platforms, and I get you to the correct persons. And I want to thank Mayor Anderton and her team for making this happen for us today. And y'all, it's Wednesday. Get on back with your day. And make sure y'all get out to those cities festivals out there in Clay. You know how I feel about you, right? I love you.